19, The Virus That Lives On, hosted by Pauline Dulang.
Hello and welcome to COVID-19, The Virus Lives On. My name is Pauline and I am joined with retired military Air Force member, Mr. Bill Rogers. How are you today?
Good, and you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. So why don't we get right to it? How about we?
Sure,
Yeah, okay.
we should.
So you are retired from the military, from the Air Force. So thank you so much for your service and all that you've done. My first question, as a civilian, what do you feel went wrong with our government and the communication of COVID-19?
I think the people in charge did not take the COVID-19 seriously at first. When the president got the virus, then the American people also fell in line and began to realize that it was something that they should pay attention to.
Did you have any more thoughts, or that's pretty much it?
Yeah, it almost hit as a surprise
Mm.
when the president got it. And since then, we were working from behind, trying to catch up and come up with something that would combat the virus.
Mm.
And we were fortunate, after many failures, to do so.
Mhm. Yeah, it does feel like with this COVID, it feels like a really big game of catch up, but we are very fortunate in that we do have vaccines and now we have medicines rolling out that can help treat
Yes.
it. What are your thoughts on military personnel that are still working and experiencing the current barriers right now through the COVID-19 virus?
Well, from the lessons learned since the virus had started, I think it has been great. And for an example, they began to work from behind to catch up and to come up with serums that would work. And once we got that, then we were on even ground with the virus until the variants dropped changes over to another one. And then when it comes in, like it's B1 and it goes to B2, well, then you have to change your medicines just a little bit in order to combat it. And when they do, then we're up with it again. So we always, I think, running from behind because the variants have to make its appearance first, and then we catch up.
Yeah. All right, so you are over 90, correct? And in your lifetime, have you seen or experienced any other virus that has killed so many Americans? And if so, how was public health during those times, and how was the relationship with the US people, with US citizens?
Well, I'd have to say yes. As I grew up, and as even happens now, the flu, for an example.
Yeah.
We have to come up with a variance to combat whatever flu that will hit us in the winter. The flu always starts off in the winter, and it's a guessing game. What happens is they have to, with the knowledge gained, guess what will hit America. And then they begin to put out that serum to combat it. And if they are wrong, and they have been wrong, then this is when you have so many people dying from the flu because we don't have any protection.
Yeah, so do you have any thoughts or recommendations that from you surrounding COVID-19 and its many variants and what we can do to protect ourselves?
Yes, I have some. One is this simple thing as a mask.
Yes.
The KN65, the
95.
KN95.
Yeah.
And this is one of the best protections. Washing your hands, washing your hands, washing your hands, and wearing a mask. This is the best protection that we have. And of course, getting the shots.
Yep, of course, yep.
You get your shots, and then you, after the shots, about 6 months, according to the age, once you've had your shots, then you have to have a serum to boost the shot. I call it shot booster.
Yeah, yeah, it is a
Mhm.
booster. And like
Mhm.
you said, we are very, very fortunate to have those vaccines. So it's real, and plus they are free of charge. So it's important that people take advantage of that so that way we can best protect ourselves. Don't you agree?
Well, the mistake that's made is a lot of people will not get their shots.
Yeah.
And they see people dying all around them because they don't get the shots.
Why is
So
that, do you think?
it's really amazing. And the ones I feel sorry for are the little children that
Mm,
their parents refuse to get the shots. I let them have the shots. And we go all the way down to 6 months to 5 years and then on up,
mhm.
that they have made preparations, the government have, that if the children are allowed to have it, the chances of survival are far greater.
Mm, yeah. And my last question, honestly, I'm assuming you've gotten your vaccine shots as well.
Yes, I have.
Where were you able to get them?
Being a retired military person, I got mine from the VA.
Mm, yep.
And the way it happened is they just called, the phone rang and they called and said, have you had your shot?
Mhm.
No, I haven't, but I would like to. Well, when would you like to come out here and get it?
That's great.
And then I went out and got the first shot, and then they automatically put me on the list and they told me a month later I could get the second shot. And I
Mm,
did. And then when the boosters came out, it was the same way.
same way.
They called and said, hey, you can get your booster now. So I was able to get the booster. And then after that, they said, well, all people over 65 can get the second shot. So I was able to get the second shot from the VA also.
Awesome. That sounds like you had a very smooth process with that, and I'm
Very easy.
really
very easy,
glad.
No problem.
Yep. All right. So thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Rogers. Your insight was very, very helpful, and to all of our audience members. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
you know, there's another monkeypox
Mhm.
is another one that
Yeah.
is really in Europe and in South Africa going wild. And I think that they're trying to get they're trying to get ahead of it. But I guess if a little animal bite you, and this is a sexually transmitted, but also if a mouse would bite you or any small animal, that could set it off in one's body.
Yeah, I have heard about monkeypox as well, and hopefully we are ahead of the game on that because, I mean, we just learned a really big lesson within the past couple of years. So hopefully we know better not to make similar mistakes.
Yes.
Moving forward. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Rogers. And that was today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been COVID-19. The virus lives on.
This has been COVID-19, the virus that lives on, hosted by Pauline Dulang. If you'd like to leave suggestions, email us at ewcfacts@gmail.com. That's ewcfacts@gmail.com. This has been an EWC Communication production.